Welcome in, everyone. If you would like a reading from me, please send to my PayPal, Chime, or Apple Pay a donation. Okay, there's no specific amount. The more you donate, the more questions I'm willing to answer. Okay, and the more generous I am with details. But again, there is no specific donation amount. All right, my loves. I do not take anything but Chime, PayPal, and Apple Pay for right now. I'm working on trying to get my Cash App back. But if any event, if you don't have any of those, you can also send by going to my website, Pretty Intuitive Tarot, the way you spell my YouTube name. Okay. And you could use your Cash App through my website if that's all that you have. Okay. Just choose the reading that matches the amount you want to donate. I have $10 option, I have $5, I believe, whatever. And once you submit your order through my website or you put your card, whatever, I will be notified immediately. If you send by what is it called? If you send by Apple Pay, let me know. It's not gonna notify me. I have to go in and check. All right, baby, let's see what we have. Carol Ann. Hi, Carol Ann. How are you? Let me add you to the list. Carol Ann. All right, so we have Carol Ann on the list. All right. Thank you so much for your support, babes. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. All right. So which deck would you like? One, two, or three? I'm thinking about putting this one up because I haven't really used this. Unless you're interested in this one, just let me know. Thinking about doing this one. So yeah, one, two, or three. You want the third one? Okay. I'll probably just use this deck as like a clarifying deck. Okay, go ahead with your question. Your questions. Well, my Brazilian boy fall in love with me in the new year. All right. What's his name and what are both of your signs? I will be right back. All right. Oh, because that's pink, I'm gonna have to use another color. These sheets are bigger, so let me just use this. 1 second. Mm. So my loves, I have 9 more spots remaining. I have 9 more spots remaining. Let me see what you said. Where's my iPad? Right, we got the iPad on deck. He's a Taurus, you're a Pisces. Okay, Pisces, Pisces. Carolyn, how were you in school? I have a question because I feel like water sign children be very like problematic sometimes in like when they're growing up in school and like in school. And I say that because my daughter's a Pisces and oh my God, she's only 7, but it's almost always an issue with her and her friends. Like she's always getting into these fights. And I'm just like, is she just too sensitive? I don't think she's just too sensitive because she's probably like, I don't know, like she probably gets overly stimulated or something. I don't know. But like I'm constantly having to like tell her, look, this is not what you do. You don't always have to get upset and become like she'll do petty things and say petty things to them. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? I was really sensitive to Caroline in school, but I was a good student. My feelings get hurt easily. Okay. See, my daughter, she's a good student. She very much is, but she's so sensitive. Yeah. Yeah, she's so sensitive and any little thing, she'll come home and tell me little stuff. I'm like, girl, I understand her feelings, but I'm just like, oh my God, is that what made you cry today? And she's like, "Oh, mom, I lost my pencil." And she'll be home crying when she gets off the bus. I'm like, "Anissa, you lost a pencil. There, I can get you another pencil, baby." Okay. You know, or she'll remember something a friend sent to her. Sent said to her. Or she'll, if a friend will tell her, "Oh, I'm not your friend anymore," but they don't just tell her that just to tell her that. It's usually because my daughter, like, she will become very jealous over her friends and she'll say mean things. And I'm like, "Anissa." And I'm like, I know she's not just reacting just to react, but like little stuff like that hurts her. "Oh, she says she's not my friend no more." And I'm like, you screamed at her. Like she will literally scream. And I'm just like, she's not getting it from home because I don't react that way. So I'm like, it has to really just come down to her just being very sensitive and her feelings do get hurt easily. So, yeah. Oh my God, Kim, really? My brother is a Pisces and was the problem child in school. Oh my God. I'm starting to see a trend. Channeling into creativity, right. I mean, she does like I do let her play Roblox, and I don't know if the Roblox is having something to do with how she's interacting as well. If that's the case, well, we're gonna have to cut down on that or just completely cut it off. Because even when she plays video games, she starts crying. Oh, they're beating me up, or oh, they're getting more points than me. Cry. I'm like, oh my God. I don't even know what to tell this girl no more. um, but into something trying to that helps me doing art and passion. Okay, well, I was thinking that too, Carolyn. Um, I was definitely thinking about getting her stuff to where she can do more painting and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm gonna do that, or at least get her into some kind of like classes, maybe even on the weekend that she can kind of channel and do more um productive things with her feelings rather than taking it out on Roblox. Like she'll get really mad on Roblox and start crying. I'm like, "Baby, that's part of the game. You're not the only one getting beat up or losing. People lose every day. I mean, that's just part of life. You're not always going to win everything. You're not always going to be the best at everything." And she can't logically like put that together. Hopefully when she gets older she can, but I don't know. All I do is just hold her when she cry and just try to tell her the logical thing. It's okay to feel your feelings, but I mean, the way she goes about, like, how she reacts to it is just we have to work on that for sure. And it's crazy because she's a Capricorn moon, so I would have expected more like I don't know, more logicality sometimes from her. But I mean, that Capricorn moon need to step in. Okay, go ahead and clock in Capricorn because I don't know. I think also her moon makes her a little bit of a perfectionist. So it makes her like feel very like jealous or envious when when someone is outdoing her. I think that's what it is because Capricorn measures themselves often. And they want to be seen as the best at things. It is kind of similar to Aries energy. And I think that's also playing a role. And I'm just like, oh my God. Ugh, okay, let me put Kim on the list. Mm. All right, look, Cambria, let's put you on a list. Because I know me as an Aquarius, I wasn't problematic at all. I don't know. I'm a Libra moon, so any forms of drama and stuff, I usually stay away from. I didn't like to get into arguments, fights, like that would those stuff in when I was like little girl in school would actually terrify me. Like I hated drama. I hated when people said they didn't like me for it or like I always cared about being liked a lot. And I'm just like for someone to say they don't like me really hurt me. And I was sensitive, but not in that Pisces way. Like I could also balance it out with logic and be like, okay, well, if you don't like me, that's your fucking problem, because I was very quiet. I wasn't a crybaby in high school, but uh elementary. I wasn't a crybaby. Even in middle school, but like it's crazy because girls would actually bully me in middle school. And they would bully me for no reason, like wholeheartedly. I wasn't into gossip. I didn't even really had no friends like that. I would stay to myself. And people would find reasons to bother me. And I'm just like, it really pissed me off. So my mom who was a cancer, she had to transfer me from schools because these girls will be so mad at me just for existing. And I'm like, what the hell is the problem here? Um, they would get mad at my hair because my hair was like really long. And I'm like, why are you guys? It's like a jealousy thing that I had to deal with in school. So it wasn't really so much of like, me yelling at people and going crazy, but little girls would be jealous of me and I'll have girls come to me at lunch. Oh, so and so says she don't like you. I'm like, what? Why does she not like me? What the hell did I do? And I would be so baffled and confused and hurt because I'm like, I think I'm pretty likable, so why would you not like me? And I was kind of codependent on people's approval when I was young, but I'm not like that now. Now I don't give a fuck. But back then, yeah, before I mastered like my Libra moon and stopped needing to be liked all the time, um, I was definitely very sensitive about stuff like that. I have a lot of Aries too. But wouldn't that make you kind of like explosive though? Pisces and Aries in your chart? Maybe her Mars could balance it out too. I'm sorry, Carolyn. I'm so sorry. But because you said you're a Pisces, it made me ask you real quick because I just got a call today, this morning, literally from her teacher, and she was just telling me how she's been interacting with her friends, and I'm just like, oh my god, here we go again. Like, why is she so aggressive? Um, so what is her Mars in? I really, what is my baby's Mars in? I gotta check. I gotta check. I'm pretty sure it might be in Capricorn as well. You do jujitsu, yeah. Cause something I noticed is Pisces are really like they love to fight. I don't know if it's because they get so like their response to anger is volatile, okay? And people would expect a Pisces to be sweet. No, 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 no. Because they feel things so deeply, like I feel like that's why they get so bad and they will fight really crazily. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of fighters that are even in like professional fighters are Pisces, and just look at people like Krishan Rock, and it's like y'all are, I don't want to say y'all just crazy, but y'all crazy as hell. Okay? You guys are insane. Um y'all don't play when it comes to fighting. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I was never a fighter at all. I mean, I became a fighter once I got into high school, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because that's when all that people pleasing shit wore off, and that's when you really seen how I get down. But when I was younger, no, it just wasn't my thing. Um, yeah, so my daughter's a Capricorn moon. Hold on, I gotta put my phone on a charge before the shit turn off on y'all. My daughter's a Capricorn moon. Oh my god, no wonder. She's an Aries Mercury. That's why her speech can be so damn aggressive. And I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, she's a I give birth to I give birth to a crazy Lord. Mercury is in Aries. Her Venus is in Aries like mine. Oh God, her Mars is in Sagittarius. Oh God. She's a Sagittarius, y'all. Oh my God. She's a Sagittarius. A terrorist. Yee. Jesus Christ. A Sagittarius Mars, bro. And a Leo North node. She has a lot of fire in her chart, that's for sure. She got one, two, three, four, five. She has five fire placements in her chart. And then she's a Cancer ascendant. Yeah, it makes sense now why she's so aggressive and why she acts like that. Yeah, I think I might have to, just like you, Carolyn. I'm gonna have to put her in something like what you do. I don't know how young they can, but I think she needs to get her anger out for sure. Okay, karate. She gonna have to do something. This girl gonna have to do something. Jesus, let me answer Caroline's question. This is terrifying. Oh my God, I just wonder what she's gonna be like when she gets in high school. Oh my God, I'm gonna be at that school so often. I can already see it. We got to get a handle on it now. To try to everybody to help me doing art and passion and stuff. Look at Cambria. Yeah, she has a lot of Aries in her chart. I would say Aries is actually very strong in her. Very strong. That's the element that keeps repeating in her chart. So Caroline's question is, I was okay. Can I, Sandra? Okay, I'm about to ask first thing. Okay, will Sandra fall in love with Caroline? Will Sandra fall in love? Sandra. Will Sandro fall in love with Caroline? Will Sandro fall in love with Carol Ann? Sandro. We got the Empress and the Queen of Swords. Hmm. This is not really giving me fall in love. Okay, Queen of Swords has nothing to do with love. The High Priestess is more so a card of intuition. So it's either pointing out your intuition, okay, to where you may already kind of know the answer to that. Hmm. And then the Empress reverse came out. Uh, Sandro. So here's what I think. I think Sandro may have some kind of martial arts. Okay, I'm gonna put her in martial arts expeditiously. We'll have to have a chat with her dad because she's on a rampage. Okay, she's escalating her teacher. See. So I don't really see him falling in love with you right now within the energies. That's not what it's picking up on. Um, it could be a block to him falling in love. Do you sense that he has some kind of blocks to him? Because I feel like there's a block in when it comes to him falling in love. Okay. He may not even really know what love is. So so the cards are like falling in love. He probably don't even really know what that is, or he has a block on like love. His feminine his feminine side, his feminine energy. That's where love comes from, right? Because three of sorry, the Empress is in the reverse. So this would suggest that he may have some forms of a block there that make it hard for him to connect to his emotions and stuff like that. Okay. the the Empress reverse doesn't show up for no reason. Okay. Empress reverse represents, that divine feminine. She represents, having a healthy relationship with yourself, and not only yourself, but with even like mother figures. So I wonder I wonder if he may feel a disconnect either with you on in that way, or he has something like some kind of block. I mean, it could be either way, but there's a block here for sure in connecting to the divine, to the feminine energy. Okay. You have a problem with your mother figure. Okay. Well, I mean, is he someone that's like new to you? Is he very new to you or what? Okay. So if it's not him, my love, so this is why I was saying, if it's not him, then it could be picking up on you. Because remember that high priestess, um, I told you that it could be something that you kind of already pick up on or know about. And you just told me that you know that you have, problems with your mother figure, with the maternal figure. Okay. So that ultimately could be something that's blocking him from falling in love with you. It could be um, because the Queen of Swords is an energy of look. I see that clearly, and to be honest, I wouldn't want that. So, if you have trouble connecting to your feminine side, he could pick up on that, and that could be something that's kind of like, I wouldn't just say a turn off for him, but it's something that he just doesn't want. Okay, so you may need to try. I don't know how you're going to do that, but try to connect more with your feminine energy, and that could potentially invoke certain, romantic energy from him. But until then, it feels like it's not likely right now, okay? What is your did you have another question, my love? So, it could be something energetically that he picks up on with you, especially if he thinks in his mind that you're not like feminine enough. You get what I'm saying? Because yeah, Taurus guys, they do prefer feminine women. He's ruled by Venus. Okay. So if to him you're not coming off that way, that could be something that's blocking that or preventing him from really feeling that love, getting that love going with you. You get what I'm saying? That love flowing. And that's not to say anything bad on you, but that's what the cards are picking up on. So I would say, I mean, if you want a chance at him potentially feeling that with you, then maybe work on doing that more, maybe trying to be more soft, because that's how he prefers it. Okay. You were just talking about that. Yeah, try to work on your soft era, my love, because definitely for especially Taurus men, they are ruled by Venus. That's the love. Libra and Taurus in particular definitely needs soft women, okay? So the way you love, being in Taurus, I wouldn't necessarily say that's soft, but it does make you nurturing in certain ways. You get what I'm saying? And it usually makes you very faithful and loyal, okay, to your person, okay? But we need to work on that Mars energy. We need to work on how you're showing up to him because Venus has nothing to do with how you show up. It just means how you love somebody initially because it's not even long lasting, it's an initial thing. And also your moon has a lot to do with how you behave in emotional situations. And you said you have an Aries moon. That's not a feminine moon, that's a harsher moon for the moon to be in. So I feel like work on trying to soften, but again, also don't, you know, you can't, if he doesn't like you naturally, also don't sacrifice your self-worth. You get what I'm saying? Like if he doesn't love you the way you are and stuff like that, and you got to keep changing, then he may not be the one. Just also understand that, okay? Because I think the person for you should naturally love you, vibe with you, whether you're masculine more or whatever it is, okay? So. All right, look, Cambria, go ahead and type your question, baby. And sometimes I wish like teachers. Sorry, I had to go get my whew, y'all cannot operate without coffee. But and it's not like you can tell these teachers like and talk to them from like a spiritual point of view. Um, like I wish I could talk to a teacher and be like, look, girl, she got an Aries damn Mars. She got an Aries Venus. Okay. She got a Capricorn moon. She is hardcore. She can be impulsive with her speech. I've known people, the last Aries I was dealing with, he was an Aries, but also Aries Mercury. Mercury talks about how you communicate. And he could not stop cursing. Like he was very impulsive in how he came off. Like he could say things that he doesn't think before he speaks. I'm just like, did you really just say that? Not to me, but just in general. I'm like, oh my God, that was aggressive. Oh my God. Like you don't have no tact. Um, so sometimes, our charts cause us to act certain ways. And we naturally have certain instincts. And it's like, I'm like, damn, I wish I can talk to her teacher about that shit, but obviously they're not gonna try to hear that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to just take her advice and put her in something to where she can channel her anger, whether that is sports, something to where she can just kind of have that outlet to get all that energy, that fire energy that she has going on in her chart like that. Because this is unacceptable at this point. Gary want to have a conversation about all her misunderstanding. How was the conversation about? Mm, okay, let's use. Nope. Where's my other deck? Okay. If you would like a reading from me, ladies and gentlemen, please send your donation to my Apple Pay, Chime, or PayPal. Okay. Please send a donation. The more you donate, the more questions I'm willing to answer, the more details you shall receive. Right now, I have about 8 spots remaining. All right, Lacambria. How is the conversation between Lacambria and what's his name? Gary gonna go? How's this conversation gonna go between Lacambria and Gary? How will this conversation go? It fell on the ground. What was that? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. How will the conversation go between Lacambria and Gary? We got the Star, the Page of Cups, So I feel like it's gonna be more. It seems like hmm. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like because I would expect to see the Ace of Swords and the Sun. If it's gonna be more of like a clarity thing to where you're gonna get that real full clarity, that raw clarity within a situation. This is not really giving me like that raw clarity. This is giving me there's gonna be energy around you guys or him saying, I really do care about you and all these things. Like it feels like there's gonna be an expression that I care. But the conversation looks very lighthearted. Um, it does it just I mean, you may the conversation may end and you may feel like, okay, we're in a better space in a way. With the star, so the star brings that healing, it brings that hope that things can, get better and whatnot. But this is not really giving me things truly getting resolved here. Um, I just think that there's gonna be hope at the end of the conversation. Like I hope that this person does better. Or I hope, because I don't know how the argument went. You started, he started, I don't know who said what. Um, but I think there's gonna be hope that look, eventually things will get better, okay, and that there will be effort put into this connection to do things better. All right. But again, it's just hope, but it's not necessarily saying that after this conversation, things are just going to be perfect or you guys are going to be good. Okay. Because the Eight of Pentacles saying there's still work to be done here with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. But there will be hope that eventually things will get better here. You also have the Seven of Pentacles. Six of Cups. So it's more so like a it's like, "Oh, I missed you," and "I'm sorry." Like, y you can say sorry, but, you know, anybody could just say sorry, like, "I'm sorry, okay? I missed you," like but, to me, this doesn't come off like things are getting fully resolved just yet, alright? I just think that you're gonna put a lot of hope that, okay, I hope he does this, or I hope he betters this. You get what I'm saying? I hope he whatever. Hope. That's what the star represents. But it does feel like a little bit of a settlement moment here. Okay. Well, I'm sorry for what I said, and I'm sorry to, um, but that's kind of where it ends. So I don't really feel like this is a conversation that's going to be too productive. Um, But, I mean, all we can do is hope that going forward things are different, or whatever. Well, give me context. What caused the argument? What exactly was the argument about? Okay. If you give me context, that will help me to piece together and understand, if he's really changing going forward, or what was it? Was it him acting a certain way, being immature? What was the problem here? Basically, I asked a question I didn't know. That conversation may have stepped on his toes because we used to get to know each other. You asked a question. What kind of question was it? So 2 months. Okay, so it turned into an argument because you asked him a question, and then 2 months later, he basically ghosted you, and then y'all talked 2 months later. Because to be honest, what it looks like to me, Cambria, it looks like it's gonna be like a, I'm sorry, and it's like he's gonna want to kind of like forget about it. What the hell? You just asked him what year he graduated, what school he went to. That's strange, and he got upset about that. Well, that would have been the last time I talked to that person. But hey, um, yeah, I think he's gonna just really say sorry, and he's gonna basically express that he cares about you. Um, and it seems sentimental, seems a little sweet. Hey, I missed you. I miss talking to you. Little stuff like that. But it doesn't feel significant. It doesn't feel like you're getting down to the root of the issue and why he acted like that. Okay. I mean, he may kind of still avoid that. Right. It just feels like it's gonna be more of like a I'm sorry thing. Ace of Wands. I feel like he's just gonna want to move forward and leave the past in the past and just try to have a new beginning with you. That's what I see. But I mean, not the best card if you're hoping for like a really transparent conversation. All right. And getting to the root of the issue or why he acted like that. Those aren't the best cards for it, but at least at the very least, he's gonna be apologetic, and express his care for you. Maybe express a little feelings towards you. And yeah, that's it. I don't know. It's up to you what you're comfortable with, what you do with, what you don't. You're welcome. You are welcome. Who the hell would get mad about being asked about what school, what year they graduated? That's weird. Hmm, strange. Why is it such a big deal? Is the question. Why is it something that is so secretive to you? I'm thinking maybe he got his GED and ashamed. Well, even if you're ashamed, why is that a big deal? I don't know, but if he's in the military, he could be paranoid too. They tend to come out of that paranoid. So maybe it's the paranoia. Maybe he felt like you were judging him. I don't know, girl. But yeah, you probably triggered him in some type of way. I don't know. I don't know, but I still don't feel like he's gonna really be very like that transparent or even honest about why he acted like that. I just think that he's gonna apologize and hope that you and him can kind of just move on from it. I think for you it's gonna be harder to like trust that, you know, he will even be like what is it? Transparent or even that he won't act like that in the future. So now there's kind of a trust issue there for you. Because if he's mad over that, what else are you hiding? And what else are you going to get that mad at? You're going to just abandon me just for asking questions, you know? It puts you in a like mindset of like walking on eggshells. Well, now I have to walk on eggshells around you because I don't know what's going to trigger you. I mean, who the hell wants to deal with that? And if he's being so damn mysterious and miscellaneous about even the argument, or even why he acted like that, and then he's being evasive about it, that's going to create, a problem with you even like, you know, trusting anything he say going forward. Okay. You're going to find yourself questioning everything that he says, everything that he does, because he's not being honest or even transparent about anything right now. Okay. If he got that triggered by you asking, sometimes I wonder maybe he has a Scorpio moon. I don't know, because I know Scorpio moons can definitely, they're very secretive. And basically, they don't like to be asked, like prying type of questions. So I was trying to talk to damn Scorpio at some point, and it just seemed like every time I asked him a question about himself, he got so defensive. Like he didn't want to share it. He's like, damn, like, are you like, why do you want to know that? I'm like, what the? It's called getting to know somebody. Are you okay? Are you drunk? What the hell? Yeah, if so check his chart. If he has even like a Scorpio moon or Mercury or Mars, very secretive people. They're not comfortable with you asking personal questions until they feel safe with you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, because up until then it's going to seem like you have some type of motive towards them and they're naturally like paranoid. And since you're a Gemini moon, you know what, you're curious, you don't give a fuck. Like you like to talk, you like to, exchange information. That's just how you are. The last Aries I was dealing with, he was a Gemini moon too. He was just way too cold for me emotionally, but other than that, yeah, he definitely liked to talk, and he definitely had a was a like really curious person, always asking questions and stuff. I'm a Libra moon. He was just way too cold for me. That Gemini moon was not romantic enough or emotionally like present enough for me. But and that's just your take. That's how you feel. And that's why I said people have to understand that not everyone thinks like you. So you may be like, well, how the hell is that going to happen? And logically speaking, I agree with you. But there are people out there who don't share stuff like that. He could see it as personal, okay? Until he feels comfortable. And you just said y'all was just getting to know each other, and to ask that, maybe that triggered him, okay? Sometimes we have to put ourselves in the shoes of other people to try to see, like, from their perspective, why they would feel some kind of way. Um, Scorpios work backwards. It's like they want to trust you first, and then they tell some shit later. That's just how it is. They'll only let you know or, volunteer up things that they want you to know. Other than that, until they feel safe, and their safety doesn't come from just talking. You're a Gemini moon. Safety doesn't come from that. Your love styles and how y'all interpret, your emotional languages are too different. Okay. If he is a Scorpio moon. Um, Scorpio moons don't feel safe with you based off of talking. They go off of actions. That's just how they are. So just because I answer questions, you know what I'm saying, or you ask me questions, doesn't mean I'm gonna feel safe with you. You know, they feel safe when they can see that your actions are safe, and that's good. And they like to observe you. That's gonna happen over a period of time. They're gonna just observe the hell out of you, and if anything, they're gonna be doing research on you first. Okay, but I promise you, for him to have gotten that triggered, he definitely probably has some Scorpio in his chart. Mercury, Mars, Moon, maybe even Venus too. See, me, I'm a Libra Moon, I'm Aquarius Sun, I'm a Aquarius Mars. I don't give a fuck. If you asked me that, I would not give a damn. I would just tell you straight up. Okay, I graduated school in 2014, and I don't give a fuck. Whether you use it against me or think what you think, I wouldn't care. But hell, not everybody thinks like that. So, but air sign placements are more open with stuff like that. They're open book people. LaCambria, I also wanted to say, if do you know his birthday? Because I was gonna say, especially if he's like a Libra Scorpio cusp, like he's very close to Scorpio, because Scorpio comes after Libra, that could also influence him to be secretive like that. Okay. He's an air sun. Sun has nothing to do with your emotions. It has nothing to do with how you interpret the world around you, how you express your feelings. Sun has nothing to do with that. It doesn't even have to do with how you communicate. We have different placements. Moon is how you express your emotions, okay? How you are in a personal setting, okay? The moon rules emotions. It's Pisces, it's Cancer. So you would need to look at his moon. Venus is just how you love. Mercury is how you communicate. So if his Mercury, for example, is in like Scorpio, he's gonna be more secretive with communication. Okay. He's not gonna be down with you prying or asking personal questions. Surface level, sure, but like stuff that he sees as more like private right now, then yeah, he would feel triggered. Well, if he's 10-8, he's not on the cusp. But like I said, so just look at what his moon is in, because to be honest, that's really the only placements that will feel that triggered about that. So that's why I say he has to have a Scorpio influence in his chart. I mean, if you know his birthday, his year of birth, and where he was born, you should be able to pull it up. You don't need his time of birth unless you want to know his rising, but rising doesn't matter right now. Mhm. All right, well, I'm gonna come on later because it is slow. I'm gonna come on later, guys. Okay.